Now I've just jumped ahead a little bit. I want to talk to you about how you think I've created these things, how you think I've done these shapes. What am I doing? How have I done this edge, for example? All I've done is I've come in, I've done a line at the appropriate height according to the reference. I've transitioned that line. It's become a fade, okay? Then I've quickly come over it with a series of a jagged line, just like this. That's all I've done to create exactly that edge. To make it more natural, I'll just blend it out a little bit, a couple of lines, small dagger strokes. And that's all it is. It's so straightforward. These other lines you've seen already, you've seen how I've created them. Use your hand, cut the line where it's a hard line. You're going to cut a sharp, hard line. Pull back more on the trigger, go in closer. Where the line's dotted, you're going to have a transition or a softer edge. Just go from a larger height and use less paint. It's very straightforward. That's all it is. Let's keep going. Have a look where we're going with this. Create your hard edges, soft edges. Our tonal values, let's get them right. So our tonal values are looking pretty good now. Just join this hair texture a little. And let's go in and let's create some of our sharper texture exactly the way we did the first time around. Just back and forwards, just quick little lines, moving in the general direction of the hair. Texture definitely comes from the darker area. We're going to do the same exactly on this side of the hair to finish off this second quarter of the artwork. Let's create a line, just aiming straight at the paper, along here, exactly as we see. It's easy enough. Let's build up the tonal value to what we see in the reference, which means making it darker. Alright, add a bit of paint here, bit of paint there. Let's come in, let's create some jagged lines, mix it up a little. Again, our little lines and dagger strokes, just following exactly the lines as you see on the reference that are already drawn in for you there. You can see it's just a bunch of lines that we're creating here. I know we're moving fast, but I don't want to bore people too much. Out of paint. Just seeing that there's a darker area here, I can see the hard edge as it's drawn. I'll create that hard edge, transition it out to a soft edge. The great thing about hair is that if you make a little mistake, you can easily just create hair around it and it blends in and you'll never notice, well, no one else will ever notice, you will. You can see that we're just getting the tonal values of the hair right there. And you can see a soft join in the lines coming in through the base of the hair here. So just using one of our clever reverse daggers to create that. And I'll bring a little texture out of it right now into the hair. Doing texture a little early, why not? You can see on the reference it's lighter here, so I've left paint off there. I'm not putting as much, but in a couple of areas up here, yeah, we will put a bit more paint. When I say we've got to get the tonal values right, this is what I'm talking about. Lights and darks. Colour in a little bit. It really does become a lot quicker, doesn't it? Why not? It's just all one shape, see? Get your tonal value right. and magic happens. Dagger strokes is all I'm doing here at the tip of the hair, just little dagger strokes, create a little bit of hair, outline. Is it dark? Yes. Is it sharp? Yes. And go close and pull back hard. We've got our shapes in place, the tonal values will build up to the correct value, as we see in the reference. Then we'll add a little bit of texture. Perfect. Well, to be honest, we've really finished the hardest parts of the image. The rest of it should be quite easy for you. A lot of the time when I do an artwork, I like to start in what I think is the most difficult part of the image. So typically I'd start on the face and I'd work out from there, because if you can nail the face and you find that it looks good, then it will build your confidence for the rest of the artwork, and it just makes it all easy and quick. So I'm going to quickly get these areas in there. There's a lot of 100% area down the bottom here. I'm just going to blend that out. I don't want to use that much paint, especially on the paper. It doesn't take well to a large amount of paint. So I'll just get these basic shapes in. I'm going to create the shapes, add the tone, put in a little bit of texture and leave it. And that's all it's going to be. So without further ado, let's get into it.